Are you silent or are you silenced? Let's talk about it. Hi, it's Christina back with another video on workplace racism, and let's answer this question. Are you silent or are you silenced? In a racist environment, it really becomes easy to go silent. You get more withdrawn because all your statements can be used against you. You have people coming up against you, and you're generally working with unpleasant people or a person, and therefore it's not really a very friendly atmosphere. It's not conducive to you relaxing and chatting and having friends and going out for drinks. So it's very easy to get withdrawn, which is a natural reaction. Racist environments make it very easy to change your personality. You become more withdrawn in a constant state of your words may be used against you, so you remain silent. However, in this environment, sometimes saying less is actually the right strategy. So, how do you get to know the difference? Because you want to be silent, but you don't want to be silenced. If you're silent, it's a choice, it's a strategy. You're in control. If you're silenced, it's a natural reaction to unpleasant events, but it can be a sign of growing problems impacting your mental health and possibly your physical health as well. So let's look at 4 benefits of being silent. Then we'll look at 4 key signs that you're not actually silent, but you've been silenced. The first benefit of being silent is not responding to bait statements, because the racists will be doing their racism and they'll be saying all these statements that just drive you to the edge, and you'd be thinking just one more thing, say one more thing, try me one more time. And so you do not want to rise to that bait. Do not rise to the bait. Instead, you want to stay silent, retain your composure, document things that they are happening, gather enough evidence, and only talk when you're ready to talk, when you have everything lined up, all your cards lined up, you know exactly what you're going to say. You've gathered enough evidence, not just a one-off, but enough evidence that can actually show what you're trying to prove. Another benefit of being silent is it actually allows you to form a more accurate picture of what's going on. Because, sometimes someone might say something and you think, I didn't like that. That sounds a bit racist. But then you give them the benefit of the doubt and you say, let's play along. Let's see where we're going with this. Let's see whether you do it again. And then they do it again. So it actually gives you enough time to make sure that you've actually assessed the situation correctly, and also then allows the people to show you their true colors, because they might say something subtly the first time, and then if they think they got away with it, they might say it even more bolder the next time, and now you know for sure, and they also don't have a chance to backpedal because they've been bold now, they've come out right, and whatever they've done or said is obvious that there's something going on. So they can't say, oh, no, it was a misunderstanding, or you're too sensitive, you didn't get it right. No, you now know for sure because you gave them enough time, enough rope for them to show you their true colors. Another benefit of staying silent is it just does not allow them to turn the tables against you. So let's say something happens to you, and because you're not silent, you go and tell one of your other colleagues or one of the workmates. You might be surprised that the information actually goes round, and then this person ends up accusing you of gossiping them, of maligning their name, and spoiling their reputational damage. So the tables can actually be turned on you. But then if you're silent and you strategize and you plan and you document, you will be in a better position to eventually get the matter to the relevant authorities that you want to actually get the matter to, or to even have a direct conversation with the person if you are so inclined to do, or to go to HR. Whichever party you decide to talk to, you will be in a better position to do it. Then a 4th benefit of staying silent is not diverging your plans prematurely. You want to plan this thing very well, very meticulously. You don't want somebody to know what you're about to do and then take preemptive action against you. So if you say, oh, so and so has been doing this to me, I actually think they're racist, I think I'm going to report them to HR, and you go and tell somebody else in the office, the company might get to learn about it. And because they don't want to deal with a racial discrimination case, they might take preemptive action and get rid of you, for instance, or do something else. And so to avoid that, you want to keep your cards close to your chest. So you want to keep those cards real tight. Make sure you're documenting as you go along. Make sure you have evidence. If you need to have diary notes, make sure you're doing that. You're journaling what's happening. And then when you're ready to strike, then you open your mouth. So those are 4 key benefits of being silent. Now, let's look at the signs that show that you're actually not silent. It's not a strategy, you're just silenced. So the first one I'd say is when you go quiet, you stop sharing your ideas because you're scared someone will ridicule you, or they're always finding issues or errors with your ideas. There's a Debbie Downer attitude anytime you share, so you're like, it's not worthy. They don't even pay attention, and I'm just gonna earn my paycheck and go home, and I'm not gonna care too much about the office. That's actually quite sad, because we do get a lot of satisfaction when we have ideas and we are listened to and we share, and also that's how you end up getting promoted and all sorts of things. So if you're not sharing because of fear of being ridiculed or just depression, and people have really been heavy on you, it's definitely not your fault, but just beware that these are some of the signs that your mental health is being impacted on. So take it very seriously. Know that you're reacting to racism and that you might need to do something about it rather than let them clamp you up. Another sign is not actively participating in meetings, and probably due to fear of, say, being ignored. So you might say that if someone has a point, everybody listens to them, they listen to the other person, but when you have a point, maybe everyone's on their phone doing things, or they just ignore you, or they give you a blank stare. Like, they're really good at the blank stares, the racists. And so you're ignored, you stop sharing in meetings. But when you do that, you're actually playing into their hands, because there's a strong chance they're accusing you of not being a good cultural fit, not being able to communicate. So when you go for a meeting where other people are seated and you actually then end up not communicating, it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So just be very careful that nobody silences you, that racists don't win by silencing you. Third sign that shows you're silenced is not putting forward ideas simply because you want to disappear. You don't want the racist to see you as a threat. So let's say the racist is your manager and you think, well, I just want to earn my pay and go under the radar, and I don't want them to think that I'm a risk to them. There's a high chance you're probably more qualified, for all we know, or you have more experience. So you're thinking, well, if they see me as not being a threat, then they will not come for me. And so you end up dumbing yourself down, dimming your own light. And now, please listen to me closely. This is a misguided strategy. The racists never give up. They will always come for you. They are like bullies. You don't win against a bully by laying down. They will bully you even more. If someone has a gun, you remove a bigger gun. That's how you deal with racism. So make sure they don't silence you. They will not stop targeting you. So if you have ideas, put them forward. In fact, it will work very well for your defense, because you'll be able to say, look at all these things I've done. How dare they say that I'm not performing? You will be able to prove beyond any reasonable doubt that you're actually a high performer. And then the fourth one I'll cover in this video is not attending, say, extracurricular activities. So after work drinks, someone's birthday, breakfast, or something like that, simply because you're scared that you will be othered. Because they do that, and it's extremely uncomfortable. So I totally get it. You don't want to be in an environment where people are ignoring you. You just want to chill. You know, it's not pleasant. So if it's not part of your normal work, it's very easy to then stay back at your workstation, say you're busy, or not go for the lunches and the after work drinks. But the problem with this is it only entrenches your isolation. You miss out on all the networking opportunities. You miss out on all the friendships you would have built. And then also, people now have an excuse to say, we gave her a chance. She's not a good cultural fit. And even when promotions come up, you look like you can't really manage people. You're not part of the group. So there you're actually silenced. You're not silent, you're silenced. So it's important to know this distinction, simply because when you're silenced, it could be a sign of deeper things going on in your mental health. Racism is really serious. I actually think at times we underestimate just how serious it is. We think we know, but when you're going through it, you literally think you're coping well, you're going home when you want to, you're not spending time with those racist people. But at the end of the day, it does impact your mental health. So it's really important that you recognize these signs of being silenced, and it allows you to then start putting strategies in place to address it, whether it's to tackle it head on, or also it could just be coping strategies. Look at your wellness, look at your mental health. Do you need to seek help? Do you need to speak to someone who knows what they're doing? Do you need to attend some training courses that will give you the tools you need to handle racists in the workplace? Do you need to do any mental health and mental wellness activities to make sure that you're actually looking after your own health and that you don't let racism win over your health, which is long term, it's for forever. So please take care of yourself out there. I know it's a tough life, but we can do this. We can win against all the racists. Do not be silenced, but you can be silent if you want other strategy. That's it for today. If you want any tips on how to look after your wellness and well-being, there's lots of resources on the website christinaosure.com. I'll actually leave some links below in the description that can help you look after your own mental health and well-being. That's it for now. Bye.